Hey everyone, welcome back. We often focus on physical health, eating right, exercising, but what about our minds? Today, we're diving into overthinking. It's that relentless cycle of thoughts, worries, and what-ifs that can leave us feeling stuck and anxious. But here's the good news. Just like we can train our bodies, we can train our minds. Stick around to learn 3 simple steps to stop overthinking and take control of your mind. First things first, we need to figure out what sets us off. Understanding the root cause of our overthinking is essential to managing it effectively. Overthinking isn't random. It's usually triggered by something. These triggers can be external events or internal thoughts that set off a chain reaction in our minds. Often those triggers are connected to deeper stuff, like past experiences or daily stress. They can be subtle or glaringly obvious, but they all have one thing in common. They disrupt our peace of mind. Taking the time to pay attention to your thought patterns is like shining a flashlight into the attic of your mind. It illuminates the dark corners where these triggers hide. Maybe you notice that you start spiraling into worry mode right before a big presentation at work. This is a common trigger for many people. Or, maybe it's scrolling through social media that sends you down a rabbit hole of self-doubt. The constant comparison can be a significant trigger. Whatever it is, write it down. Documenting your triggers helps you to recognize patterns and understand your reactions better. Keep a journal or use the Notes app on your phone. Consistently tracking your thoughts can provide valuable insights over time. Once you start paying attention to those triggers, you start to see them coming. This awareness gives you the power to prepare and respond more effectively. And that, my friends, is when you can finally start doing something about them. You can take proactive steps to manage your reactions. Awareness is the first step to recovery. It's the foundation upon which you can build healthier thought patterns. But don't just stop at identifying the external triggers. Dig a little deeper. Look for the internal beliefs and fears that fuel your overthinking. What are the underlying thoughts and beliefs that fuel those spirals? Are they rooted in past experiences or fears about the future? Are you afraid of failure? Of being judged? These fears can be powerful triggers for overthinking. Of not being good enough? These deep-seated beliefs can keep you trapped in a cycle of overthinking. Facing them head-on is the only way to break free from their grip. Confronting these fears can be challenging but is necessary for growth. It's like untangling a knot. You gotta work at it little by little, with patience and compassion for yourself. Each step forward is progress. This isn't about blaming yourself for overthinking, it's about understanding the roots of those thought patterns so you can start to create healthier, more supportive ones. It's about understanding the roots of those thought patterns so you can start to create healthier, more supportive ones. This understanding is key to making lasting changes. You have the power to choose what thoughts you entertain. By identifying your triggers, you're taking that first crucial step towards reclaiming that power. By identifying your triggers, you're taking that first crucial step towards reclaiming that power. Remember, every small step counts in this journey. Alright, so we've identified our triggers. Now what do we do about it? How do we break free from the cycle of overthinking and constant mental chatter? That's where mindfulness comes in. It's a powerful tool that can help us regain control over our thoughts. Mindfulness is simply about bringing our attention to the present moment, without judgment. It's about being fully present. It's about noticing our thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them. Observing them as they come and go. Think of it like this: your mind is a stream, constantly flowing with thoughts, worries, plans, regrets. It's a continuous flow. Overthinking is like getting caught in a current, being pulled along by the force of those thoughts. It can be overwhelming. Mindfulness is about stepping out of the current, onto the riverbank, and just observing, watching the thoughts pass by. Our minds are experts at wandering off, especially when we're trying to focus on the present moment. It's natural. But the key is to be kind to yourself. Don't judge yourself harshly for losing focus. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders off 1,000 times. It's part of the process. Just gently guide it back again and again. Each time you do, you're strengthening your mindfulness muscle. One of the simplest ways to practice mindfulness is through our breath. It's always with us. Just take a few deep breaths, noticing the rise and fall of your chest, the coolness of the air as you inhale, the warmth as you exhale. Feel each breath. You can do this anytime, anywhere. Waiting in line, stuck in traffic, even in a stressful meeting, it's a portable practice. Another great mindfulness practice is meditation. It helps deepen your awareness. There are tons of guided meditation apps and videos available, many of them free. They can be a great starting point. Just start with a few minutes each day and gradually increase the time as you feel comfortable. Consistency is key. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting still and focusing on your breath. It's about being present in all activities. It's about bringing that same awareness to everyday activities, making each moment count. When you're eating, really taste your food. Savor each bite. When you're walking, pay attention to the sensation of your feet on the ground. Feel each step. When you're talking to someone, Really listen to what they're saying. Be fully present in the conversation. The more you practice mindfulness, the more you'll start to notice the spaces between your thoughts, those moments of stillness, those little gaps of stillness where you're not caught up in the past or worrying about the future. They are precious, and in those spaces you'll find a sense of peace and clarity that no amount of overthinking could ever provide. It's a profound experience. Mindfulness is a practice, not a destination. It's an ongoing journey. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It's about what works for you. Just keep showing up, keep practicing, and be kind to yourself along the way. Patience is key. The more you cultivate mindfulness, the more you'll be able to step out of the overthinking hamster wheel and into the present moment. Embrace the now. Chapter 3. Taking action, from overthinking to problem solving. We've identified our triggers, and we're practicing mindfulness. These are crucial steps, but they are just the beginning of our journey. Now it's time for the action phase, the part where we shift from overthinking to problem solving. This is where real change happens. Overthinking often disguises itself as productivity, as if by endlessly analyzing every angle of a problem, we're making progress. But in reality, we are often just spinning our wheels. But more often than not, it's just a way to avoid taking action. We get stuck in a loop of indecision and doubt. The key to breaking free from the overthinking trap is to take action, even if it's just a small step. Small steps can lead to big changes over time, because action is the antidote to worry. It shifts our focus from what could go wrong to what we can do right now. It's the bridge between where we are and where we want to be. Action propels us forward, even if the steps are small. So, how do we actually do this? How do we move from overthinking to action? It starts with setting clear, achievable goals. Goals that are specific and within our reach. And I'm not talking about vague resolutions like be more organized or stress less. These are too broad and often lead to more overthinking. I'm talking about specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. These are known as SMART goals. For example, instead of be more organized, your goal could be create a weekly meal plan every Sunday evening. This is specific and actionable. Instead of stress less, it could be meditate for 10 minutes every morning. This gives you a clear daily action to take. Specific goals give us a clear target to aim for, a roadmap to follow. They turn our intentions into concrete actions. Once you have your goals, break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. This makes the process less overwhelming. Sometimes the biggest obstacle to taking action is feeling overwhelmed by the sheer size of the task at hand. This can paralyze us. But when we break it down into smaller chunks, it suddenly feels much less daunting. Each small step is a victory. You don't have to have it all figured out before you start. The path often becomes clearer as you move forward. Sometimes the best way to figure things out is to simply start moving, to take that first step, and trust that the path will reveal itself along the way. Movement creates momentum. Another crucial aspect of taking action is learning to make decisions more effectively. This can be a game changer. Overthinkers tend to get bogged down in the decision-making process, analyzing every possible outcome. This can lead to decision paralysis. But no decision is ever going to be perfect. There will always be some element of risk, some unknown variable. There's always going to be some element of risk, some unknown variable. Accepting this is key to moving forward. Overcome this by setting a time limit for making decisions. This helps to prevent endless deliberation. Give yourself a reasonable amount of time to gather information, consider your options, and then make a choice. This creates a sense of urgency. Once you've made the decision, commit to it. Follow through with confidence. Don't second-guess yourself. Don't dwell on what might have been. Trust in your decision-making process. Just move forward with confidence, knowing that you did the best you could with the information you had at the time. This builds self-trust. Taking action isn't about being impulsive or reckless. It's about making informed decisions and then acting on them. It's about being decisive, about trusting yourself to make the best choices you can, and to learn and grow from the outcomes. This is how we move from overthinking to problem solving. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're all on this journey of navigating the ups and downs of our amazing, complex minds together. Let us know in the comments how you deal with overthinking. What are your go-to strategies for silencing that inner critic and embracing the present moment? See you in the next video.